What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed already, yes, we are indeed in leak season when it comes to Call of Duty now. It's been a lot of stuff that's coming out, obviously, for Modern Warfare 2. 2.0 basically is what we're going to call it. Everybody's probably going to call it Modern Warfare 3, but let's be real here. It's just going to be Modern Warfare 2 2.0. But what I'm truthfully excited about is the next project that's going to be coming in 2024, and indeed, we got a tad bit more information behind the scenes about this project, and I gotta say, the more and more I hear about it, the more and more excited I actually am kind of getting. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep into the topic of today's video, if you do enjoy what you hear today, and you want to hear some more content revolving around Call of Duty, X-Divine, or even Battlefield, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. We are right around the corner to 44,000 subscribers, and we are pumping every single day. So, of course, I appreciate all the support you guys show to me. And we also stream over on Kick every day besides Sunday. So if you guys want to catch some live streams, see those vibes, hang out with the community, don't forget you can actually find the link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video, along with my other socials. We start that usually around 12 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you probably heard of a lot of different leakers, but recently we've been talking about a leaker named Hey, I'm Alex over on Twitter, who has been putting out a lot of good information revolving around the next Call of Duty game, and also they just put something recently out for 2024 as well, saying Treyarch to the rescue with the praying emoji, can't wait for 2024. This right here has made me extraordinarily happy because I love seeing this type of news. And again, I know we are way ahead of schedule. That's what, another full year down the road. We don't even have Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2 2.0 yet. So to talk about Treyarch's next game, it doesn't really make too much sense, but come on, guys. Can you really hate me for being excited about Treyarch's next game? We have been going through so much crap. We have been hand-fed bullcrap day in, day out. And Treyarch, every single time they come up to bat, they have to be put on as a support studio, whether they're saving the day to, add in stuff for potentially Infinity Ward, or they're trying to add in stuff for Sledgehammer Games, or they're taking over full, projects like Black Ops Cold War, which was a Sledgehammer's project, but then they had to strip it and have, Treyarch finish it and complete it and make it a full-fledged out game in basically less than a year. They have been put through the absolute ringer. And honestly, they are one of the only teams that I have not witnessed get a really good full development cycle. And they, realistically, I have to be real, they have the most potential. I have been an Infinity Ward fanboy for as long as I can remember. I love Infinity Ward. Don't get me wrong, World at War might be one of my favorite Call of Duty games. Same thing with Black Ops 1. I love the OG, Treyarch games. But Call of Duty 4 through Modern Warfare 3 are so iconic to me, and the vibes of those games were just so next level. I was so obsessed with Call of Duty 4 back in the day. Not just multiplayer, but the campaign was outstanding as well. The vibes that they gave off, it was just simply a really good series. But over time, they have proved to me again and again and again and again and again that one, they kind of lost touch on how to put together a Call of Duty game, obviously, because it's a completely different team compared to the OG team. Funny enough, the OG team who made the OG Modern Warfare series, they went on to Respawn, and the head dev from Respawn moved over to Battlefield 2042. Funny enough, so one of the goats who made the OGs is now working on Battlefield 2042. Oh man, well, not sorry, I think he's working on the next Battlefield game, actually, not 2042. They probably have a completely separate team, but you get the idea. They're working on Battlefield right now. That's where that team is at. The new team, a little iffy, I have to be honest. And two, they just don't care about the community. And for those reasons alone, I've lost a lot of love for Infinity Ward now. And even though they have proven to us that they can make a clean-looking game, a smooth-running game, where the guns feel punchy and smooth and clean and amazing and all that good stuff. But when it comes to the formula of multiplayer, the identity of what Call of Duty is, they have really lost touch. Treyarch, on the other hand, not really. I know we all talk smack about Black Ops Cold War on a pretty consistent basis, but let's be real here. Out of all the Call of Duty games they have released, that is the arcadiest COD that we have had. Between Modern Warfare 2019, that game, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 2 2022. I mean, Black Ops Cold War is one of the only games that is out in the past 4 years that the attachments don't completely nerf down your ADS speeds and kill your overall gun. It's insane. I actually hopped on Black Ops Cold War the other day to try it out since the PlayStation, free-to-play thing's going on. And basically, if you have PlayStation Plus, you can get Black Ops Cold War for free right now. So I have a lot of friends, a lot of homies who are able to finally hop on. I say, you know what, we're going to grind it out and see how it's like. Man, the differences between that game and Modern Warfare 2 2022 are just night and day. Like I said, none of the attachments weigh down the weapons. The movement is perfectly clean and fine. I'm running around everywhere nonstop, jumping around, doing what everybody's talking about. They want to run and gun. I'm doing that in Cold War. It just, again, it might not have been the best Call of Duty game. It definitely doesn't compare to something like World at War like you're watching right here or Black Ops 1, but it's probably the best that we've had in a long time. And that was off of Treyarch literally putting in less than a year's worth of work into a game that was already fully fledged out by Sledgehammer and had to be scrapped. Or, they went through crap to put together that game, and it pretty much turned out to be one of the better ones. Funny enough, Alex actually responded to a post kind of discussing the similar, topic I just said by Spectre saying, Treyarch has never rescued COD. They instilled the laziness that currently plagues it. BO4 and Cold War are prime examples. And Alex basically responds by saying Treyarch made Cold War in less time than Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2, yet it's 1,000 times better? Question mark? BO4, I guess we can't really give them that too much leeway with that one. Even though it was a really rough time again, BO4, this started off as multiple different things. They had a whole fledged out campaign. It got scrapped. They had to go ahead and start putting together a BO. Just like Cold War, it went through multiple different phases, multiple different identities. It never had a clear path. So that's, that happened to that game. Cold War got absolutely butchered because of the Sledgehammer project. Treyarch has not been able to cook, okay? They have simply not been able to cook. And this moment in time right here is going to prove if they know what they're doing or if they don't know what they're doing. I haven't judged Treyarch completely just yet. And it's because of the exact reason they haven't had any time to put together a full project with their own time. I've been cutting them a little bit of slack, even though these games have been irritating me, and, Black Ops Cold War, I was ranting the whole year, and I was pissed off, so on and so forth. I never completely put the blame on Treyarch just yet. I want to see what they're going to go ahead and do here. And in 2024, that's going to be Judgment Day for Treyarch. It is. There's no more excuses now. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to hide. There's no other people to blame, no other development teams to blame. It's all on Treyarch. If this game flops, then we know that no development team has any understanding of what Call of Duty is all about. And if it pops off to a certain degree, if it actually has enough love and multiplayer, then we'll see that, maybe Treyarch is probably the best team right now that cares about the community. I mean, Sledgehammer does care a decent amount. They listen a ton, but let's be real here. They only make placeholder games at this point. I want to see a game with passion, with love, with grit, that feels like Call of Duty. That's what I want out of these development teams, and nobody can produce and give us a nice arcadey, classic feeling COD game. And you never know. If Treyarch can pull that off, then we might be in a good spot here. But even with me saying this stuff, I still don't suggest anybody obviously pre-ordering it. Don't overhype it. It's going to be hard, I know. Just like, it's going to be a pain in the ass to try to stay calm when Treyarch is coming out with a project after we waited so long. But I think the realistic thing to do is just understand that Activision is still always going to be in control. You might love Treyarch, you might think they're the best development team, but at the end of the day, Activision decides if skill-based matchmaking is in the game. Activision decides what gets more focus, Warzone or multiplayer. Activision decides how expensive the microtransactions are going to be in the game and how many microtransactions we're going to see. Activision, decides how many maps we're going to get at base launch and how much DLC we're going to get throughout the game. Activision controls all of this. So even if Treyarch makes a solid running game, that's not going to back it up. Again, a lot of people are coming back to Cold War right now and enjoying it, but Cold War didn't start off like that, right? Cold War started off in a really bad spot, thick skill-based matchmaking, tons of sweat, absolutely no content, bugs and glitches everywhere. It was rough. It was really bad, and people complained for a good reason, right? So even if Treyarch is one of your favorite teams, please respect the fact that Activision still has control. And even if they had a full-fledged out life cycle of, development cycle, sorry, not life cycle, but development cycle to put out a Call of Duty game, Activision can still put their greedy little nasty grubbers in the mix, in the pot, and screw everything up. So when it comes to 2024, I think what I'm going to be focusing on from Treyarch is just, the fundamentals. What they think a good Call of Duty game is all about when it comes to multiplayer. Footstep noise, perk choices, weapon choices, attachment choices for the weapons, because clearly they're probably going to keep the gunsmith system. So if you can deck out your gun, just like in previous CODs, you're going to be slowed down to hell. So, I want them to focus on making sure the attachments are good across the board. And the list goes on. Normal working mini-maps, so on and so forth. You guys understand what I'm talking about here. I'm going to be fine-tuned into dissecting those specific things. And if I see that, then yeah, I'll chalk it up that, yeah, maybe Treyarch does care, but at the end of the day, Activision just can't put anything together. They just want to destroy the franchise as a whole. But if all of those things are absent and we have to beg them to put them into the game and we have to, force them and try to get communication to go through to make them, put the stuff back, then it's a problem. I don't even care if they add it back. Like, let's say it's no minimap at the start and it's no dead silent, all that stuff, and they maybe add it in a month later or 2 months later or after the beta or something like that or after the alpha, wherever you're going to be playing. Even that, I just won't trust it. It has to be at launch. It literally has to be everything the community wants, everything the community knows right at the launch of the game. Nothing missing. Because then I know they are genuine about the Call of Duty franchise. They care. But if all of these things aren't present right off the bat, then that raises a massive red flag. I don't even care if they add it in a week after we first get into the game. Okay? I don't care. I want to see them do it without our feedback. I don't want us to have to complain and whine and moan on all these No, just have it there, right? We shouldn't have to try to persuade these developers in any other way. And if they don't have that stuff at launch, then we understand that they are indeed trying to take this franchise in a different direction. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you go down in the comment section and leave your opinions down below about how you feel about 2024 with Treyarch making their own Call of Duty game. Like I said, I'm going to stay very level-headed, but at the end of the day, I am excited to see what Treyarch can do with a full development cycle. It's been ages. It's been a very long time. I think Black Ops 3 was the last time they could actually put together a game without any interruptions from Activision. So yeah, if you're not excited for COD, you should just be excited to see what Treyarch does with COD. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to pre-order it, but to watch it and see how it all unfolds will be very interesting. But, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, subscribe to that bell button. Also, on chat with this story to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.